All right, welcome back to some more Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. We're picking up immediately where we left off at with who is actually in the manor because Sherlock and John said something about someone's souls and everything, like shoes and whatnot. So, who the heck is this guy? He's a sailor. Who is this guy?
Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? I was looking for you.
Yeah, I don't know who you are though.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose?
You're a fast learner, sir.
Okay, weirdo. Red beard. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with this one.
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity, in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink, unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
That was actually very annoying. If he wanted to invite me to a art gallery, then he should have just said so. Uh, okay, so apparently this is gonna be our next big case. The Muse from Abroad. Alright, let's see what's in John's diary first. Memories. Closed door. I'm gonna let you guys read that. Sorry. Sorry, I read fast. I'm already at my last. Okay. Pause it if you want. Oh, it's an obituary. Okay. Tales of an empty house. Now, after acquiring several items from the lab, they prepared the main hall of manor and now it's filled full of memories. Let's go back into the manor. Gotta just do this real quick. Is there anything? He needs to get out. Like, why are you still here? Ah, something triggered. Maybe this. Something triggered my controller. Or what?
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Ah, here we go.
We used to take a shortcut down the banisters, much to everyone's annoyance.
Oh yeah, what fun. They had to fix these handrails several times. I wouldn't try it now, Sherry, tempting though it is.
Okay, now we can get back to main mission. Okay, so right here, Old City. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that word. Carvansaria. Crosswords of Bizarre Road and Hermes Ave. Bizarre Road. So, oh, and plus we have furniture there. I think that's it. Like I said, those icons indicate that somebody has something of ours. Okay, yep, we're going the right way. First things first, gotta collect what is ours first.
Come, decorate your house in Oriental. Merhaba. May your purchase bring you joy.
I guess this is it. Yep. Okay. Let's see what Art Boy wants with us.
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific. I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
So we have a theft rather than a murder this time around. Okay. But at the same time, where there's theft, it's always bound to be a murder. So the more we look into this, I believe we might come across a murder, or our good buddy, Vogel, will be murdered
you sure
himself.
You don't like art, Sherry? You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
Okay, I might get demonetized for that. It's in the game, guys, not me actually wanting to show that. So
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
oh, John, what the heck?
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
Okay, so he's trying to trick us?
The left
two
step's
people.
length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Old, and hasn't been used for a long time. A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
Did this man live down here? Possibly?
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John. Sodden and mould-ridden. One presumes deliberately. The parasites of creativity. Or just a reflection of the artist's recreational interests. Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, yet somehow beautiful.
A Malpalbut. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
Yeah. Let's see, anything else? John, you definitely need help, buddy.
A simplistic attempt at provocation. Closed with a metal bolt. Footprints. Size 9.5. The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room, but the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
Simple enough. So pretty much everything else except the entrance of the basement is the intruder. I'll probably edit that part out. Sorry for all the weird edits with the Mind Palace. It takes me some time to actually
The
focus it.
pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Dozens of priceless works amassed simply for the sake of it and presented without care. It's not about the art, it's about excess, yes?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Aha.
Mr. Vogel, my investigation has revealed that the intrusion was not merely vandalism but theft. The limping visitor left your place with a canvas.
That's very impressive.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
This thief was familiar with the gallery and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
Everybody wants a good story at the end of the day. Let's see. Okay, we already know about this stuff right here. Alright, do I want to do this? Yeah, okay. So, always was caused by an intruder, but what could just be cover for the theft? Alright, so right now, it's these that we have to worry about? These two or these three? I always get messages when I'm recording. It's perfectly fine. So we have to go undercover again. Let's do that real quick. Change into our merchant clothes. Yep. I'm gonna go find who the heck this person is. He lives in the old city. So all we had to
I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Oh! I'm gonna hurt you.
The snuff's ready. Can overcome the brute now.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff. He's all yours now. Go for it.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't,
I'm coming.
don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Take a rest, my friend.
He's all yours now. Go.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Watch this!
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Alright, since nobody seems to know who the heck this Boniface person is, we're gonna go to the Chronicles. I don't know why I have a hunch, but whenever you're looking
Mr.
for
Holmes,
somebody.
I have something for you.
Okay.
Mr. Holmes, I see what you're up to. Mysterious stranger pursues betrothed woman. But please, let us keep things professional. I have in my possession an envelope containing details of a special assignment for you. Tell me, are you interested?
I believe I am, but to be very clear, Miss Sertle, my interest extends to the message and not the messenger.
So he claims he's not a gal sneaker, seducing women everywhere he goes. Perhaps the truth is even more scandalous?
Please spare me the speculation and return to the matter at hand.
A gang of smugglers, the Eels, have Codona in their clammy grip. The British Empire can abide it no longer. Mycroft insists they be disbanded. But this organization only falls with the capture of their odious leader, Friedrich Panzer. And note well, I did say capture, not kill. Inside your envelope is a map marked with the Eels' warehouses. But alas, we do not know in which Friedrich Panzer resides.
So even Mycroft has his limits.
Indeed. You must be sure to identify the correct warehouse before entering, because once one is compromised, the other's occupants will scatter. Here are all the files, and feel free to use the archive too. Again, do not enter the wrong location, nor see any harm done to Friedrich Panzer.
Miss Sertle, if you're quite done with the redundant instructions, I shall get to work.
Well, that's perfect. Tortured hero lashes out after rejected romance. Tomorrow's edition will be a sensation.
So in all, we have a new case, but we will not be doing that in this gameplay. We're gonna be getting into who the heck is this bona fide person is recent. Let me see. Okay, so he's not a prominent figure. Oh my God, people text and message me at the wrong time. I apologize for that. No, sounds like he's some sort of celebrity, I guess. And the district is Old City. Anything? Oh. Okay. Look like my hunch was right. Okay. So now, back to the Old City we go. New evidence of this person. So, let me see. Back to the case. So now we know what he looked like. He is between Scarlet. I've seen him already. I don't know why they actually said something. Scarlet and Olive Street. Oh, Hermes. You will find him at the address Hermes Ave between Scarlet and Olive. Here we go. Right here. Yet I already seen this guy. So the closest one would be right here. I'll be editing out all the running I had to do and wardrobe, so I'm basically telling you now I'm picking this up immediately after I leave the art gallery. So we did a lot of running around and found nothing until I actually thought about going to the Chronicles. So let me see. I wonder if I have to put on this guy to actually talk to this guy.
Hey.
Move. Dang. Guys are in the way. So he's around here. But where? Okay. So we found it. Somewhere right here? Yep.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mom. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at...
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police. Hello, officer. How can I help you?
Greetings. I'm investigating the theft of a painting by Mr. Boniface Mercurio. He lives here, I understand. May I talk to him?
Oh, how dreadful. But I suppose that means his work is finally being appreciated, doesn't it?
In a way, yes.
That's good. The news should please him.
Thank you, Mom. So, where might I find him?
Find who?
Mr. Mercurio. His painting was stolen?
You must be new to the police service. You see, dear, there is a rule. No visitors allowed. This rule applies to policemen as well.
Mom, I am representing the law of this island. Please, let me through, otherwise...
Do you know how hard it is to become a landlady on an island ruled by men? And if you think that I'm just an old woman whom you can frighten with your uniform, you're very mistaken. I have a lot of connections. If you do something stupid, my dear, it will be the last thing you do on this island.
Very well, Mom. I'll work it out another way.
Have a nice day, officer. Good luck with your investigation, officer. Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mom? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Well, that was harder than expected. Now, we can actually go into the room. Oh, which one is ours? This one. Oh my god. Well, when you look at that, a murder. I'm not surprised.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days. The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. A normal kitchen knife. Could be the murder weapon. Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
It appears the wine was truly awful. I wonder where he got that fancy camera. Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here. The chest has been searched. Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him. It's time for some chemical magic, John.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat, and don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Alright, I didn't want to hurt the old dear landlady. So that's where we're gonna end the gameplay. Hopefully you enjoyed this second part. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and hit a like for the video, leave a comment. This is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, one of the very last game that I'll be doing for 2021. Hopefully I can get it done before the year ends. As I normally say, I love you all, and I am gone for now.